black men and women. As I said earlier, the Nation of Islam teaches that Christianity is the white man's religion. The movement was started by a man named Wallace Fard. Not much is known about him. Most sources claim that he was a white man, but there are sources that claim that he was a light-skinned black man. I honestly don't know. I've read both, but I've not been able to verify either one. However, Mr. Fard was a dealer in African clothing. Wallace Fard met Elijah Poole in Detroit, Michigan in 1931, and under the influence of Wallace Fard, Elijah Poole changed his name to Kareem Muhammad, then later back to Elijah and kept the last name Muhammad. Fard convinced his followers that they had to dress like their African forefathers. Conveniently, Fard was the one who could sell them all the clothes and materials that they needed to live up to this standard. And he went around using material from the Jehovah's Witnesses from the Watchtower. He went house to house, tearing down the faith of black Christians. Once he had shaken their belief in the Bible, he led them to the Koran. And by claiming that Christianity was the white man's religion, and by deifying the black man, Fard's ministry grew quickly. He used hate and racism to promote his beliefs. His followers referred to him as Master Fard. Then, in 1934, Fard disappeared. To this day, no one knows how or why he vanished. Some believe that he was murdered, although this has never been proven. However, with Fard out of the way, Elijah Muhammad took control of the organization. Under his guidance, the movement grew. Elijah Muhammad proclaimed that Fard had been Allah incarnate. This is one of the many reasons that Arabian or Orthodox Muslims consider the Nation of Islam a cult. The movement teaches that the white man is the devil and completely evil, while the black man is a god. They have even taught that the white man was created by a black man named Yaqub. My question is, if the black man created this totally evil white man, then isn't the black man to blame? Isn't the black man the author of evil? Besides, Arab Muslims kept black slaves centuries before the white man learned this trade from him, and the Quran teaches that the faces of the righteous will be turned white before they go to heaven, and the faces of the unrighteous will be turned black before they are cast into hell. So if a black Muslim believes that the Quran is true, then he must believe that he will be turned into a white man when he dies. Ironically, so many kids today are clinging to the teachings of Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam, but Malcolm was killed because he uncovered the fraud within the Nation of Islam. Malcolm, after visiting Mecca, realized that the Islam of the Nation of Islam was not Islam at all, and that Elijah Muhammad, who had 13 illegitimate children, was not teaching correctly. It was when he left the organization that they decided to kill him. Malcolm himself denounced the Nation of Islam before his murder. If your sons or daughters or friends or family or whoever are lost in the Nation of Islam, ask them, do they believe Malcolm or Louis Farrakhan? They can't have both because Malcolm denounced the movement. If they choose Farrakhan, then ask them if they believe Farrakhan or Muhammad. Farrakhan contradicts the teachings of the Quran, and because of that, his teachings have been condemned by Orthodox Muslims. I'm really out of time here, so I just want to say if you need more information on this, or copies of this tape, or a list of resource material that will help you witness to Muslims, call me at